The skies over Earth had once been blue. Now, they were a scorched canvas of ash, flame, and toxic clouds. It wasn't a natural disaster. It wasn't even war, at least. Not in the way humans used to understand it. It was a message, a warning, and a punishment. The Zalvarians had called it environmental neutralization, a scientific term for what was essentially planetary murder. They didn't want Earth for its people. They wanted it for its minerals, oceans, and atmosphere, so they poisoned the air to kill the pests first, the humans. Except humanity didn't die, Commander. Elara Voss stood at the observation deck of the USS Revenant, Earth's first post-fall battleship. The dark metal of the ship was streaked with plasma scoring and atmospheric ash, but it flew like fury incarnate. Behind her, the command crew moved with silent precision. In front of her, the stars burned, and beyond them, the Zalvarian homeworld. "Thought we were fragile," Elara whispered, her voice low. Bitter, her second-in-command, Lieutenant Kale Doran, stepped beside her. His breathing was steady through the reinforced filtration mask strapped to his face. They were wrong. Elara's lips curled into a grim smile. Dead wrong. When the atmosphere collapsed and the surface of Earth turned into a burning, unbreathable wasteland, 60% of the population died in the first 3 weeks. The rest retreated underground into old missile silos, bunkers, and mining complexes anywhere the poison couldn't reach. There, in the dark, humans evolved. Necessity became invention. Pain became discipline. Grief became rage, Earth's remaining. Scientists created the pyrocore reactor system that ran not just on fuel, but on chemical pollutants themselves. Toxic air became power. Fire became breath. Now, humanity lived in breath fire literally. Elara's ship emerged from warp space above the Zalvarian capital planet, Veshkal Prime, like a nightmare made of steel. No warnings, no ambassadors, no mercy. Zalvarian. Defense platforms began to wake, but they were too late. "Release the payload," Elara ordered. From the belly of the Revenant, glowing missiles burst forth. Each one filled not with explosives, but with Earth's stolen atmosphere, hyper-processed, amplified, and turned into a weapon of karmic revenge. The Zalvarians never saw it coming. The air on Veshkal Prime began to change within minutes. It became thick with sulfur, nitrogen oxides, carbon particulates concentrated to levels that would ignite under friction or sudden movement. Their cities, so proud and polished, began to choke. Then came the fire. One spark, one twitch of machinery, and entire districts exploded in towering infernos. From orbit, it looked like the planet was breathing fire. Poetic, Elara thought. The Galactic Council had warned them. Humanity had begged for protection decades ago when the first signs of Zalvarian contamination were detected. But the Council had voted neutral. Neutral, as humanity died. Now the Council was watching in silence as Veshkal burned. Elara didn't care. She opened the comms. "To the survivors on Veshkal Prime," she said, her voice cold and clear across the void. "This is Commander Elara Voss of the Human Restoration Fleet. You poisoned our skies and called it evolution. You destroyed our world and called it cleansing." She paused. "Now you will learn what cleansing really feels like." In the council chambers orbiting Zenthor Station, ambassadors watched in silence as the data came in. "The Zalvarian atmosphere is in full combustion," reported an analyst, eyes wide. "Their oxygen levels have been replaced with reactive gas. Their water reservoirs are boiling from within." The Vornik ambassador, usually smug, was trembling. But how did the humans even survive their own planet? "They didn't survive," whispered the Terran delegate, who had not spoken in over a decade. "They adapted." Back aboard the Revenant, Lieutenant Doran scanned the readings. Radiation spikes are minimal. Firestorms spreading. Zalvarian military infrastructure collapsing planet-wide. "Shall we initiate ground deployment?" Elara shook her head. "No. Let them breathe what they gave us." She turned, walking away from the view of the dying planet. "Transmit a message to the rest of the Zalvarian Empire." She added, "Yes, Commander. What should we say? She stopped, then glanced over her shoulder. Her voice was calm. Tell them Earth still remembers how to burn. In the dark void of space, the stars watched. Silent, cold, eternal. And humanity, once broken, once forgotten, now flew among them not as victims, but as vengeance.